All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to G.O.A Fish Farm. Today, I'll be sharing with you some of the knowledge that we gained at the AllerQua workshop organized for all fish farmers in Southwest at Ibadan. So I was there, G.O.A Farm was there. So we had different training from the CEO, Mr. Robert, Dr. Roberts, and the likes of the MD. So we are live there now. So I intend to share some of the knowledge gained from directly the speaker, the researchers, and at AllerQua. So now, if you are new to this channel, make sure you click on that subscribe button, comment, like, and leave any question for us at the comment section. So the training was exciting, was impactful, and educative. So make sure you listen and enjoy. For those of you who missed it, or I'll also share some of the pictures taken at the venue. It's all about catfish sustainability. That is how you can sustain the business in Nigeria. So we have AllerQua being the best. As you all know, AllerQua is actually the best company for foreign feed for 2mm. They are the best 2mm because it's the 2mm and the 3mm has 45% of protein. So just join me as I take you through the training.
Or the human stage. Because this is really the basis. If you don't have this constant supply of high quality fish in high numbers, then you won't have a business to run. There are many different fish species tested around the world in aquaculture operations because they have a good customer acceptance, they also have a good price in the market, but it's not really possible to breed them in a sustainable manner. So the breeders are low quality. Sometimes the breeding works, sometimes it doesn't. So this is not sustainable. So we are talking about sustainability here, and we are also talking about value addition. And I brought you a special edition from Germany. This is a book about African catfish, about farming African catfish, and it's also about value addition when it comes to the final product. So it also gives advice. You see here a picture on this side. This is sausage for barbecue made of African catfish. Here on the other side you see fillets. So this is value addition, making it attractive for customers to buy this species, which is originally obviously not common in Europe. But again, if you don't have the basis of the constant supply, it will not come to this stage. So I want to give you some insights into my knowledge that I gathered during my profession, but also some of my own experiences, because I've been working with a fish larvae of a lot of different species. So I can tell you it can be hard work. So I want to give you some of that knowledge as well. My presentation is in two parts. The first part is a little bit about theory, what is so special about fish larvae, what feeds you encounter when you want to feed them. And then the second part is more on the applied level, giving you some basic guidelines under hatchery operations. So the first part I will talk about fish larvae in general, then about the feeds you will encounter, zooplankton, algae, artemia, and also about the dry feeds. Please raise your hand who's familiar with hatchery feeds, so who's familiar with zooplankton but also artemia. If you want to raise fish larvae, some basic points. I will read it out for the people in the back. As we heard from Fishmaster's presentation, having optimal offspring is crucial. So if the breeders are not in a good condition because they receive full quality feed, if the genetics is not right, this is not a good start for raising fish larvae, obviously. Second thing is having optimal environmental conditions. So I said they are very prone to any stress, to any deviations from the optimal. So and we have to acknowledge that to provide them the best conditions that we can do. Skilled staff. This is especially important if you run a large-scale operation. Large hatcheries have their own staff. So you need people that actually deal on a day-to-day basis with the fish and know the protocols and can read the fish and see immediately if something is not right. Strict hygiene, this is a point that is often overlooked. So these small creatures are very prone to diseases. So you want to reduce the risk of having diseases in your hatchery as much as possible. So clean your hands when you're into the tank, into the water. Use different equipment for different sections or different tanks. So use different nets. So you don't use one net for all the tanks because you have a disease in one tank. You will just transfer it to the others. And you will also see in big hatcheries, you requested, if you wanted to enter the building, you are requested to dip your feet into disinfection so that you don't introduce any pathogens here. And last but not least, optimal nutrition, so meaning having the right nutrients and feeds at the right time. And the good thing in this stage is that you can actually see a huge difference when you apply optimal nutrition compared to some. First thing, due to the time restriction, I want to only scratch the surface, is the microalgae, so the algae cells that are suspended in the water. Research has shown that providing the fish those microalgae from the early beginning, they will just swallow it when they swallow the water, but it will show effects in the development of the gut. So research has shown that many different fish species providing them with microalgae has positive results on the survival but also the growth. Just as a short introduction. Second thing is zooplankton. So you can use zooplankton to feed your fish. There are different types of zooplankton. One very popular in raising fish larvae are so-called rotifers. So these are small animals. This is under a binocular. You see these are small animals, they're just filtrating the water. And live feed is Artemia. This Artemia might be common to some of you. These are actually small shrimp that are harvested from salt lakes all over the world. And they form these resting eggs, so really tiny eggs that are just harvested from the lake, that are put in a can, and then you can hatch them at any time you want and feed to your fish. There also a short video here. This is, you see these Artemia that are hatched, swimming in the water. They're very attractive apparently because they have these movements. So they are very attractive. They are slightly bigger than rotifers, so they are then the next transition in feeds. And they're very easy to hatch, as said. But the downside is there are different qualities of Artemia available. So some bad quality Artemia show low hatching weight, and there's also a risk that you can introduce diseases. So some of them carry diseases with them, so then we will introduce a problem into your hatchery. Another picture here, you see these are these small creatures, these small shrimp, and you see this is not African catfish in other species, but you see that they have, for many species, they have the right size, and they are very attractive as prey. Just the procedure in a nutshell, some of you might have seen it, so as I said, they are very easy to hatch. You just need a few things. You need a container. The hatching is they are harvested from the bottom, you can just drain them. Be sure that you don't drain the eggs, the unhatched eggs and the eggshells, and then they are harvested and given to your fish. And the good thing is, as Mr. Larry said, because of their orange color, it's very easy to see if the fish have eaten well because you can see it on the orange belly. So this is a larvae from European carp I've been working with as well. Coming to the dry feeds, so coming to the products that we also sell. When you consider how to feed those small particles, so the smallest sizes that we offer, the AllerQua 0.1